It's quite funny, really. Us as humans allow people to influence what we do and how we feel by receiving critical or negative feedback. We shut ourselves down and get really fearful that people are judging us and don't think that we are good enough to do whatever. It's something that we all do at some point, and it's never any good. Why should we let people influence what we do and don't do and how we feel and how we shouldn't feel? For me, it's very much a case of we let people influence our feelings by taking what people say and internalizing that and believing that to be true. We almost go, well, they said it, they think it, then it must be true. And for me, in this video, we're going to talk about how that absolutely isn't the case and what we can do to stop caring what other people think about us. Now, to give you my personal experience, I think I'm quite an authentic, honest person and quite transparent, sort of. There's some things that I like to keep to myself, but how I am to everybody else is how I am to all people. I don't really change how I am depending on the people that I'm around. And when I talk to people about things and ask for opinions, I'm always of the kind of mindset that I respect what you have to say, but if what you have to say is negative or not constructive, I'm not necessarily going to take it on board or care that that is your opinion or your thoughts. It's as simple as that. There's no point sugarcoating anything. There's no point trying to be fake. It's just, I respect what you have to say, but what you have to say may not influence my behavior, or I'm not going to allow it to. I'm not going to allow some person's opinion make me doubt myself or feel sad. I don't really understand the value in that. To give you an example, it's like me saying, you're a bad cook. And you're probably sitting there thinking, how does he think that I'm a bad cook? He doesn't know what my cooking's like. And now you apply that to yourself and think about sometimes people have been critical towards you and go, right, they may have observed one thing and given me a bit of feedback, but actually I'm doing X, which they're not aware of, yet they're still criticizing me. And we've almost got to look at it like, well, if they don't have all the information, why should I concern myself with what they have to say? And a lot of the time I don't. We all receive criticism, and some of it may be fair and constructive and helpful, and some of it might be unfair and unhelpful. We all have to be really honest with ourselves with what we're doing, and if we feel like the criticism isn't helpful, isn't useful, or isn't even accurate, who cares? Why care what someone else has to think if it's not going to help you? You just ignore them and carry on doing what you're doing if you're getting the results that you want. I think it's quite a fine balance between caring about opinions and not caring. For me personally, if it's someone I trust to give me an opinion, an honest opinion, then I will care more than some random person that may just gain benefit from putting me down or making me doubt myself. And I think we all need to look at it that way, that respect the opinion of people that you respect, and people that maybe don't have a full idea yet are still criticizing you. Why? Why bother? So in the next part of the video, I'm just going to share with you a couple of ways that you can stop caring about other people's opinions, and maybe it will make you more confident to do things that you want to do and less nervous about, how people view you or how you'll be judged in the future. So the first thing that can help you stop caring about what other people think is to understand that what other people think and their opinions is almost always none of your business. So let me expand. If they think one thing and you don't believe that and you feel another thing, then that's not your business to care what their opinion is. The only person's opinion that really matters is yours. And there's plenty of examples that you can give. For example, at work, you think you're doing a really good job, you're putting in a lot of effort, you're working hard and you're getting great results. But someone who doesn't necessarily work on your team or know you very well criticizes the work that you're doing or criticizes your work ethic, and you'll go, wait, well, hold on a minute. You don't work with me every day. You don't see what I do. I don't really understand how you can critique me. And if that does happen, it's almost like ignoring them because they don't know. You know yourself, and hopefully your manager and your colleagues who you work directly with understand what you do. So if someone else gives you a bit of feedback from a place of not being very informed, you just forget about it. It's none of your business if they want to make comments which they don't have any knowledge of. That's always a really easy one for me, that if someone doesn't know or has no kind of reason for knowing or just isn't close to you or what you're doing, why care what they think? Just let them think what they think. and they'll look silly when they get it wrong. You have no business having to care what they have to say or what their opinions are, because it's unfounded and pretty useless to you. The next thing you can do to stop you caring about what other people think is to know that your value is not dependent on being liked, on other people liking you. And this is one of my favorites, because I think people get very stuck in, oh, everyone has to like me, so I need to not be authentic and create this picture of what I should be rather than let people know what I am. It is okay to not conform to how people think they see you or think how you should act. It's okay to be authentic and to be yourself. And by being authentic and by being yourself, you attract the people that will like you for you, and you'll repel the people that won't like you for you, which is probably beneficial anyway, because they're not your type of person. You don't have to care what other people think and internalize that if it means that you're doing yourself a disservice. It just doesn't make sense. And being liked by everyone is a bit weird. I always say that if everyone likes you, then you are doing something wrong, because being authentic just naturally means that some people won't like your vibe and other people will. Just know that it's not your job to be liked. If people like you for your authentic self, then great, those people are more likely to stay around throughout all the tough times or help you when you require help. And the people that don't like you for being your authentic self, they will avoid you and you can avoid them, and there's no harm there. And I think it's all about keeping balance, just knowing that by being the best, most authentic person that you can be is the way forward, and it means that you don't always have to care about other people's opinions, and their opinions don't need to impact your life. Lastly, and most importantly, and this is the one that I don't see much from people, whether they do or they don't, but it'll be interesting to know, so do leave a comment down below, is define your values. What do you believe in? Who are you? How do you act? How do you feel that things should go in your life? And how do you progress that in everything that you do? And by defining your values, you go, right, here are my core set of values, my core set of beliefs. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to act. And if anyone doesn't like it, then their opinion can go in the bin as far as I'm concerned. And I think when I think about myself, it's like, right, my core values are to be honest, to be transparent, to be authentic, to be helpful, to want to do my best in everything that I do, and to believe in myself in everything that I do. And by having those core values, people might go, well, if he believes in himself too much, he must be arrogant, or he must be cocky, or he's going to believe that he's the best at everything and all that stuff. And it's almost like, well, if that's your opinion of me without speaking to me about it, or, understanding where I'm coming from, then I don't really have to value your opinion. It's not something that I want around me, because it seems like you've taken a negative view of something that isn't inherently negative. By defining your values, by going, this is who I am and what I want to be, you almost go, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to stick around, but I'm going to act within this kind of area here, because that's how I feel I need to be. It is just something that once you've defined your values and have a really strong sense for who you are, then anyone that doesn't fit within your values, or anyone that doesn't appreciate or respect your values, their opinion doesn't need to matter. It doesn't need to influence your life. It doesn't need to make you feel bad about yourself. It doesn't need to make you doubt yourself in anything that you're doing. It just isn't for you, because they operate outside of your values, or they don't appreciate why your values are what they are. And I think by having this really solid baseline, you can weed out the people that are beneficial for you and their opinions do matter and you do care what they think, and the people who aren't good for you and they don't matter and their opinions are not useful for you. So not caring what people think is something that keeps you very happy, very confident. It keeps your motivation up, and it allows you to work hard without fear of judgment or negative responses to the things that you're doing. And please, please, please remember that our own thoughts, and it is our own choice to accept this criticism or this negative input and let it affect us. If we reject everything negative that is said towards us or beliefs towards us and stop caring because those people's opinions don't matter, we're much happier, we're much more progressive, and we'll have a better life just by virtue of not allowing these small insignificant things to affect our day-to-day life and affect the goals that we want to achieve. So I really hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been a good one to record. It's been really good to get it off my chest and get it onto the camera. So I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you do overly care what people think, then maybe at first ask yourself why. Why do you care? Why does their opinion matter? And you might get to the point where you realize their opinion doesn't matter and they're just saying it to make you feel negative or more negative about yourself. So please like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Always good to see more people watching my videos. Any questions, link them down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.